Welcome to Through Emma's Eyes, a Jenny McKinney production with your hosts, Jenny McKinney and Jill Best. We are here to bring you the stories that give us all hope as we look through the eyes of another. Emma Hale Smith was an extraordinary woman that inspired countless individuals, both in her time and even today. She is the inspiration behind the original musical Through Emma's Eyes, where we tell her story from her perspective. On this podcast, we will not only share her joys and sorrows, but also experiences of others that have walked both difficult and beautiful journeys to discover their divine purpose. I'm Jenny McKinney, writer and producer of Through Emma's Eyes, and with me is my dear friend Jill. How are you, Jill?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you. Excited to be here.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about you so the audience gets to know you too?
Absolutely. I met Jenny about 10 or 12 years ago. She desired to bring Emma Through Emma's Eyes to the large stage and asked me to co-direct with her, which I did. And so in 2013, we had a beautiful production of Through Emma's Eyes, and that's where I first got to work and know Jenny. Personally, I'm a master transformational coach and an energy well-being practitioner in private practice myself. And looking forward to, again, directing Through Emma's Eyes in the summer of 2023.
So the things that we're going to talk about on this podcast are where I want to say all things Emma. I don't just mean Emma Smith. For example, we can draw from their relationship and their love story. So we might bring on somebody who has a really great advice and tips on making a marriage last, right? Or we might talk to somebody who went through struggles and hardships with relationships and what they learned about themselves after a divorce. One thing that was really important to Emma was her holistic health, body, mind, and spirit. When I say all things Emma, I don't necessarily mean just what she thought of taking care of her body, mind, and spirit. We might just read a quote or two something she said, but then we bring on somebody, a visitor who can talk to us more about that, about taking care of our bodies. And so the nice thing about this podcast is we don't have to only talk about Emma while she's our inspiration. We're going to be able to bring in so many other people and their stories. And of course, let's don't forget our very good friend Kimmy, who's coming. So excited to have her.
So fun to have Kimmy. You probably ought to let the listeners know who Kimmy is and what an amazing person and inspiration she is. And we're so looking forward to interview her.
Yes, Kimberly Jo Smith is our very dear friend, so we call her Kimmy. That's just reserved for special friends. And so Kimberly Jo Smith is the great-great-granddaughter of Emma and Joseph Smith. And so she's going to come on here and talk about lots of things, hopefully multiple times, because we have so much. The three of us could just sit and gab all day long every day and never run out of things to say. But she has lots of great things to share and wonderful projects she's worked on over the years. We'll also have Julie Rogers, who is an amazing artist. She has done beautiful portraits of Emma and Joseph and other people. She does just phenomenal artwork, and I'm excited to have her talk about her art. But we're going to have all kinds of people on this podcast. We're going to talk a lot because, let's just face it, listeners, Jill and I could also just sit and talk all day long every day and never run out of things to say. The good, the bad, and the ugly, and the puppies. We always talk about the puppies. She has the cutest dog. We'll have to put a picture of your puppy up
on our website. Yeah, we had a birthday party for her the other day. It was pretty fun. She just turned 1.
That's so cute. Our puppy's 1 today, so that's really fun. So, no, he's not 1. Just kidding. He's 6. Our puppy's not 1. He's 6. This is going to be such a fun podcast to be able to share all these great stories and inspiration. But I think above all, our number one goal is to get people to look through the eyes of another, to help understand them. Why is it they did what they did? Why is it that they act or think a certain way. Walk in their shoes for a moment so you can maybe understand what it is they've gone through to get to this point in their lives, good and bad. It doesn't have to just be one way or the other. I think that's the main thing that we want to touch on.
Yes, and as you walk through others' shoes and come to a deeper understanding of who they are and why they did what they did, hopefully it will inspire you to take action or to look deep inside yourself and what is it that you could glean from what you have learned from walking in someone else's shoes to help inspire, heal, encourage you to become all that you are meant to become and to be able to leave your mark in the world also.
Absolutely. We're all here to leave our mark. I don't know about you, Jill, but I worked too hard to be alive, to be forgotten. Right? I don't want to be forgotten. And I think our legacies, that's what we leave behind when we pass away, is our legacies.
It's our legacy.
And I've worked hard on mine. I've experienced death from an outsider perspective and also my own experiences passing away and coming back. And so I've had a lot of time over the years to consider what I want to leave behind. And I'll tell you what, this is my great work, telling Emma's story. If I'm known for anything, I want to be known. I want to be remembered for how much I love God, following in the footsteps of Jesus Christ. I want to be known for how much I loved my family. And I want to be known for this music. And I don't want to be remembered for my music so you can remember me, but because you'll remember the stories behind the music. That's what I hope to leave behind, is those stories of people's lives. So like you said, we can learn and glean from them and become better ourselves.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful mission that you have discovered of your own, of what your point and purpose is to even being here on the earth and leaving your mark in the world, leaving your legacy. And I think we all have a mission and a purpose. And we are all needed. We're all wanted. We're all loved. We just need to figure that out and find out how and what it is that's important to us, that we can achieve the things that we want to achieve, to leave that legacy, to become all that we want to become, all that we know we need to become. And Jenny, you are a beautiful example of, persevering and going forward in your music, in this musical, in studying Emma, and knowing that there is a greater purpose, and being willing to pay that price and do what you need to do to bring it to the world. And you will leave an amazing legacy with the work that you've done. And I, for one, thank and appreciate you. I respect you, and I'm amazed at your talent and what you have accomplished so far, and look forward to being a part of watching you accomplish all the things that the Lord has in store for you, and I know that you will.
Thank you so much, Jill. That truly means a lot to me. It truly means a lot to me. We'll have to get on another episode, talk about our relationship a little bit, and and some of the ups and downs. So I want to keep this real, and let people know it hasn't always been hunky dory for us, and we've had our rough spells, but that's how we've learned to grow, and we've grown through it, and because that we're closer than ever. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
I will say that you are one of my very best friends, Jill, and I'm grateful to have you in my life and be on this journey with you. So we invite you guys to keep an eye out on our social media pages, Through Emma's Eyes, the musical on Facebook, and also on Instagram. You can go to throughammaseyes.com or jennymckinneyproductions.com. They'll take you to the same place, but to follow along and see where we're going with this. And it's just we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a really good time together and in sharing the stories that we bring to the table. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you for being with us today and joining our podcast. We look forward to seeing you again.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.